Hi everyone from Conrad. I'm Ruth with Ritchie. We're going to wait for a couple people here to join us live. Today we are cleaning the Dairy Fountain 8. It's spring, so it's a great time for you to start getting everything fresh and clean so you have a clean drinking environment for your animals this summer. So like I said, we're going to wait a little bit here for people to join us, and we'll get going here in a couple minutes. I have Engineer Ed here with me too, so he's the one that's going to do all the dirty work here. We are in the test lot right outside of Ritchie here in the middle of Conrad, Iowa, and
this unit we have out here, we run a unit out here all winter just so we can get some testing done in real world environments. We don't have any animals on it at all, so we don't clean them very often when they're out here all winter either, so it's got some nasty looking, I don't know if it's algae or what that's growing in there, but
it needs to be cleaned.
It'll be an interesting job cleaning this. It should come clean pretty quick though.
So like I said, I'm Ruth with Ritchie, and this is Engineer Ed who's going to be cleaning the Dairy Fountain 8. We're waiting a little bit for more people to join us for the live video, and we'll get going here in a couple minutes.
They'll be able to enter questions or comments during this video?
Absolutely. I'll be monitoring the comments below, so feel free to ask questions, provide any input that you have, if you have a Dairy Fountain 8 or any other unit and you have questions that you'd like for us to answer, please feel free to comment below and we'll see those and answer the best we can. Dairy Fountain 8 is a larger unit, but the same principles apply when you're cleaning any of our automatic waters. So if you have any other questions or need specific information, just visit our YouTube channel where you'll be able to find specific cleaning videos for those items.
A lot of videos on there.
A lot of videos. We have about 100, so plenty of information all around. It's the YouTube channel, and our channel is Ritchie Water, so you can easily find us there. But like I said, we're going to wait here a little bit more for a couple more people to join, and we'll get started. Anything else to add?
Nope. Beautiful weather here in Conrad today, so we won't be freezing.
Yeah, no, it's good. Perfect day for cleaning. So if you want more information about the Dairy Fountain 8, it is specifically designed for dairies. It has a flat back, it's large capacity, it can water up to 180 head, fast refill valve, and you'll find out today that it's super easy to clean, quick to clean. We all want that nice clean environment for your animals, for production, so you'll see exactly how easy it is to clean from there, and we'll get going here in a couple minutes.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us here in Conrad, Iowa. I think we're going to get started on cleaning the Dairy Fountain 8. It's a little windy today, so if you have any trouble hearing us, let us know. Ed's going to talk as loud as he can to make sure that you can hear. And again, please feel free to comment below so that we can answer your questions as we're doing this.
Hello everybody. We're going to be cleaning the Dairy Fountain 8 today. First thing we're going to do, this has been out here in our test lot all winter. I've got an immersion heater in here, and I've got a self-regulating heat cable on this unit as well. I'm going to go ahead and take out the immersion heater. It's spring now. I don't anticipate any more freezing weather. So we're going to go ahead and remove that, clean it. We're going to put that somewhere safe where we know where it's at so we can put it back in next year. So I'm going to go ahead and take off my access panel. Just using a crescent wrench to loosen that. Go ahead and unplug my immersion heater. That's all I need to do down here, so I'm going to go ahead and put that access panel back on.
For those of you that are just joining us, we are in our test lot here by Ritchie, and we are cleaning the Dairy Fountain 8 today. We have Engineer Ed, and I'm Ruth with Ritchie, so please feel free to comment below, and we'll try to answer your questions.
Okay, we've unplugged our immersion heater. I'll go ahead and open the cover. Set that aside. Pull out my immersion heater. Now you can see that that has been out here all winter and has collected quite a bit of debris on it. For long life on this heater, we're going to go ahead and clean that, and then we're going to hang it somewhere for the summer. We're not going to leave it in our unit all summer, and in the fall when it starts getting cold again, we're going to put that back in. I'm just going to try and clean some of that off. Just got a bristle brush here. I just want to get the majority. If you've got any lime deposits or anything like that, a product like CLR would do a wonder getting some of that off. I think I'm looking primarily at algae on here. So I think just a little elbow grease is probably all that's really going to need. That's looking better. So we're just going to try and get the majority of that. Some of that is lime, so we'll get some CLR on that and get that cleaned off a little better. But I'm going to go ahead and store that for the summer, and we'll put that back in the fall. Okay. So my first thing I do when I'm doing cleaning a unit, I start up here at the water seal track. This unit comes with a water seal groove drain. So I can pull this plug. That has been in there a while. So I pull that plug and it drains the water out of my water seal groove. I'm going to use my brush or my rag here to try and get as much of that out as I can. And I might just have to throw some water up there to kind of chase some of that debris around.
For those of you that are just joining us today, we're in the Ritchie test lot and we are cleaning the Dairy Fount 8 for spring cleaning. I have engineer Ed here doing the cleaning, and I'm Ruth with Ritchie.
I'm going to use my rag here really quick just to try and get that a little cleaner. So we're going to let that drain. I'm going to use my bristle brush here and just loosen up anything that may be stuck to the walls, any algae growth or anything like that that would be on the walls and wouldn't want to come free right away. We're going to go ahead and, oh man, that looks terrible in there.
That's why we're cleaning it.
So we're just going to scrub the walls really quick and get everything loose. That way when we drain the trough, everything should flow out with the water. Oh, want some worms, Ruth?
No.
I got a few of those in there.
So the Dairy Fount 8 has two separate troughs, so each area will need to be cleaned separately. The troughs do slope to the drain plugs to allow all of this debris just to wash out once it's released.
We're just going to quick hit this other side and then we'll be draining. This is a polyethylene plastic, so it doesn't really, the stuff doesn't stick to it very well, so it should come clean very easily here. I'm just trying to get all of the stuff that was stuck to it. There, it should come off. Now I'm ready to drain it. If you don't want it wet, don't put it on the concrete. Okay. This has our 3-inch Ritchie plug in it, so I loosen the thumb screw on that. And sometimes you have to kind of help it from outside, rock it back and forth a little bit. It should come free. That's my wing nut that I was loosening. And my valve is going to start running water. So I'm just going to hold up on that float.
And he's just holding up the float here to make sure that the water is not running as the troughs drain. For those of you that are just joining us, we are in our Ritchie test lot here in Conrad, Iowa, and we are cleaning the Dairy Found 8 today.
This unit doesn't get run very much, so the water coming out is a little rusty at the beginning.
You can see because Ed scrubbed the trough prior to releasing the water, all of the debris is starting to wash out the drain plug.
Here's something interesting you can do with your drain plug. I can put it into the valve chamber hole here. That way I can let that water run. And it won't be filling up my entire trough until I have a chance to scrub that again.
If you are commenting below, we are not seeing the comments, so if anything is being said, we will get back to you once the video is posted.
So I'm just going to help some of this debris out.
As we had mentioned before, the Dairy Found 8 had been sitting out in our test lot all winter, and this is the first cleaning it's gotten in quite some time. So it's not being used, it's just sitting out to the elements during the winter here for testing. So obviously we won't have to, or we don't clean our waterers, our test waterers, as often as you would in a real life situation, but this should give a good example of how it should be done.
So I think we're sitting at a point where I can open up that valve chamber and let some of that water in, and we'll rinse all this down. I want to make sure I have everything loose. Alright, we'll do this side first. What this gives me the ability to then open up one side at a time.
You can see how fast our valves will refill.
Just going to fill up that half. Go ahead and pull this other plug and we'll rinse out the other side.
See, both sides are filling here.
Use a rag here. Looking pretty good. Gonna use my rag quick to rinse out my valve chamber. Get all the little areas in there. I'm leaving my self-regulating heat cable installed. What I can do is just unplug that for the summer. And so if we're not in a cold time of the year, I don't have to put this plug back in. This will allow this area to not hold water. If you're worried about mosquito larvae and things like that breeding in your water seal groove, just leave that plug out. Then any water that gets in here will drain out into your trough. Make sure you put this somewhere where you know where you're putting it, so that come fall and things are going to get cold, you're going to want to put this back in and make sure you have a little water in your water seal groove before the weather gets cold. So we can let that fill up.
And I think that's it. You know, I just want to show our valve again and how fast it refills. Your animals are going to have a hard time drinking these dry. It's intended to make sure that large herds can drink from this and have as much water as they want to drink. So that's about it with the Dairy Fountain 8. Again, it's a automatic water that's specifically designed for dairies, and like I said at the beginning of this video, the same principles for cleaning do apply to all of our other waters as well, and those are available on our YouTube channel. But we want to do some more live videos with you, and I invite you to let us know if there's anything that you would like to see. Again, this is Ruth with Ritchie, and I'm here with Engineer Ed, and we thank you for joining us today. You'll be able to rewatch this video at a later time. So thanks again, and watch for more videos from us.